Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka A-Drive, you guys the top 5 shiny Pokemon Ghost type. If you missed last week's episode, we covered the top 5 shiny Dragon type Pokemon, and you can check that out in the description below. But we're gonna jump into the Ghostly of Ghost type Pokemon this week, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. So, as always, keep in mind these are my opinions and the ideas from you guys on my Twitter account, so feel free to let me know in the comment section below what your top 5 shiny Pokemon Ghost types are, and don't be afraid to let me know what you want to see next week for the next top 5 shiny Pokemon countdown. As always, guys, if you could leave a like rating to support the video, subscribe if you're new, and if you want to see these shinies live in action, feel free to check out my Twitch stream in the description below as well, where I shiny hunt every single day. Otherwise, enjoy the countdown. Kicking off our countdown at number 5 is the Ghost Pokemon Spiritomb. Now, Spiritomb has a beautiful color swap going from that purple to that amazing blue color that you guys already know I like so much. Now, unfortunately, Spiritomb's kind of a tough shiny to grab because it's only really found in the Friend Safari and Pokemon X and Y, which is your best bet. However, if you have ORAS, you can soft reset for it in Sea Mauville. Just be very careful because it has the move Memento, which will unfortunately kill your shiny Pokemon. Now, just like Sableye, Spiritomb only has one weakness, which is Fairy type, and it actually consists of over 100 spirits from different people. The weird thing is, though, it actually has a gender. It's a 50-50 male-female swap. Either way, be sure to grab your Spiritomb because this thing is amazing, and I wish you the best of luck. Just make sure you bring a Pokemon that knows Taunt. Number 4 on our countdown is the shiny ghost Pokemon, Pumpkaboo. Now, Pumpkaboo is my favorite ghost-type Pokemon, my favorite 6th gen Pokemon as well. I absolutely love this little pumpkin, and we wouldn't have a Halloween countdown without it. Pumpkaboo is amazing, in my opinion, with that beautiful purple coloring to match this wonderful layout. Now, if you want to grab your own shiny Pumpkaboo, your best bet is go to Friend Safari and Pokemon X and Y, or bust out that Poke Radar and test your luck there. Otherwise, you have to breed for it in Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Now, Gourgeist and Pumpkaboo are really interesting because they have 4 different forms, giving them different stats. One is faster, one is bulkier. They're so different, and there's a lot of diversity within this one evolution line. And one of the cool things about it is it actually learns fire type moves. Now, it doesn't really have the special attack stack to back it up, but it does learn moves like Fire Blast. It's a jack-o'-lantern fire throwing pumpkin. How awesome is that? Number 3 this week is insane. It is Chandelure. One of the best looking shinies of the game, no doubt about it. This orange flame makes this thing stand out above most other shinies, and this thing is phenomenal. I love Chandelure, I really do, and I think it takes a step above Lampent, which is a little bit boring in my opinion. Now, if you want to grab your own Chandelure, your best bet is to actually get a Lampent in Friend Safari and Pokemon X and Y, or test your luck with Litwick in the Lost Hotel in X and Y. Now, one of the cool things about Chandelure is its fire is not what actually burns its victims. It's burning their soul instead. I would stay away from this thing, but apparently it's pretty loyal to its trainers. And before Gen 6, Chandelure had the highest special attack stat of any non-legendary. It's beat out now by a bunch of Pokemon like Aegislash, but it's still pretty awesome nevertheless. And the number 2 Pokemon on our countdown is Honedge. Now, I gotta be totally honest with you guys, I really wanted to put this Pokemon at number 1, but I just couldn't because the number 1 Pokemon is too darn good. But Honedge is amazing. This thing is a blood-stained sword and one of the coolest 6th gen Pokemon, one of the fan favorites. Now, I chose Honedge over Aegislash just because I love the sword color and I love its sheath and the cloth that it has hanging from it. I like the coloring of that a little bit better than Aegislash, but I need to honorably mention both Doublade and Aegislash here because they're both awesome. If you want to grab your own Honedge, do it on random encounters on Route 6. Unfortunately, you can't poke your radar, so your best bet is actually Masuda method. Now, if you want to wield your own Honedge, I wouldn't grab it because it's going to drain the life force out of anyone who tries to grab it from its cloth. You just don't want to do it. And of course, Honedge, Aegislash, and Doublade are the only Ghost and Steel type Pokemon in the game. One of the best shinies, and just a little bit outside of the number 1 spot for our Ghost type Pokemon. And closing out our countdown, the number 1 shiny ghost type Pokemon is Mega Gengar. Now, being completely honest, Gengar's shiny is pretty lame, but Mega Gengar comes in with this beautiful white coloring, rivaled only by Trevenant and Phantump, but I think Mega Gengar does it a little bit better. If you want to grab your own Mega Gengar that's shiny, you could poke your radar for a Haunter on Route 14 or 19 in Pokemon X and Y, or Masuda method for a Ghastly. Now, Gengar actually features the 6th highest special attack stat in the game when it Mega Evolves, and the 2nd highest among non-legendary Pokemon, rivaled only by Mega Alakazam. Now, the last fact here is Mega Gengar weighs the same as regular Gengar, similar to Altaria from last week's countdown, and that is going to be our number 1 shiny Pokemon Ghost type. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. As always, if you could leave a like rating, that would be phenomenal, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new. I'll see you guys next week on the top 5 shiny Pokemon countdown. Peace.